good, YouTube and Twitch? Carl won the RPS, and we have an E-Dragon matchup from 2013. So we're going with that format, and it's Carl Lippman versus Josh Bararnik. Both of our undefeateds, and yeah, there is the draw 6, so they are keeping to the rules.
Yeah, which I think is the right way to do it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. If you're playing from the era, you play by the rules.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This is exciting.
And we got Baby Dragon, and there is Eclipse.
I haven't seen this version. The only version I ever played in back then was Pat's version, and the one that most people used. And I don't remember seeing Eclipse Wyvern in there.
And there is Light and Darkness.
Oh, he designed this for the mirror. I guess this is really good against Spellbook too, but except Judgment's a quick play spell.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And
he opened really well here. Let's see if he can sack out a Gold Sark and just.
So yeah, I actually didn't play, but I was around during this format, and I started playing again casually while they were all at 1, back in DUEA.
This format was a lot of fun, but I actually liked the Ravine Ruler format better. We had cards like Stardust Spark Dragon come out, and Return from the Different Dimension was played, and it was just one of those things where the mirror match took so long, but was so much fun. This format, I played Spellbooks, so I don't enjoy this format as much because I don't have as much experience. But yeah, this is a lot of fun.
And here we have the overlays. What do you make here?
Just Draco Sack, defense mode with 2 tokens is the standard play. The question, like I was saying this earlier, but like it's all about if you get emptiness in the mirror match, you might actually just win the game, like outright by flipping it. Sometimes you don't have the out. And this is where now you're going to see Light and Darkness Dragon be dropped, and it's going to be very difficult to win the game.
Yeah, all this without normal summons is insane.
Yeah. This is one of the craziest decks I've ever seen in Yu-Gi-Oh! History. And so you tribute the 2 tokens. Actually, I'm not certain if you're supposed to tribute the 2 tokens.
Oh!
Oh, wow. I think you're supposed to tribute the Redox. If I'm not, yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, and he gets to get the extra draw.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that, do you draw for tributing? I can't remember what the.
Yeah, it says you draw cards equal to the combined numbers of dragon type monsters you discarded or tributed from your hand or your side of the field.
The thing is, even if he didn't play Super Rejuve, I think the correct play is to tribute the Redox because the Redox was special summoned, so it will return to your hand or try to with like Darkness Dragon. And so you give your opponent a negate for no reason.
So we've got 6 in the hand facing down a back row, which is that probable emptiness you talked about.
This one's probably over. I mean, realistically, I don't see a way to play through the Light and Darkness Dragon.
Book of Eclipse.
Book of Eclipse, right? Yeah. The thing is with the Light and Darkness Dragon was it was extremely good in the mirror and it was good against Spellbook, but the problem was going second with it, it was almost always, yeah. See, he's saying he can't out the lad.
Yeah, he might just scoop and go to game 2 here.
Fun Yu-Gi-Ohs were had today. Fun fact, I always thought those 2 branches on Redox were his eyes, but it turns out he's not an alien monster, and those are just like...
Yeah, they're like giant horns that have been cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah, his eyes down there, that little red thing.
Jesus, this is brutal. Yeah, I feel bad here. Carl kind of opened the nuts, especially if you play Light and Darkness Dragon. He should be a friend and show him Vandy's emptiness.
Nice.
Just show it.
Yeah, all the dragons have red eyes, don't they? Or do its title not?
I really don't know. I should know this since I cube so often. And yeah, Tempest does. Lad, my baby. Yeah, I don't know what they're waiting for. This looks like a Scoop Phase next game kind of thing.
We just have table talk right now.
You sacky fuck. So John, how did you enjoy your YCS experience? I got to see you this weekend.
I misplayed on stream. That sucked so bad. I had game in twice and didn't do it.
That sucks.
I was just so excited because like I was in that mentality of I have no way to win, and then he used strike at the wrong time, and I just got so excited because I could play, and like you know, because I was already thinking I was done, and then
so you went to turn you did step 3 before step 1 and 2. You were excited. Is that something?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Unfortunately,
that is unfortunate.
I just thought I couldn't play, and I thought it was over.
I'm just trying to think if it's worth trying or just concede the game 2. I think you should concede, but like,
if you can't out it and you already know you can't, you should just concede.
Yeah, I actually one of the big mistakes I made at this YCS was not main decking any type of back row removal, and then I opened up the nuts against Cleefort, and he established a skill drain on his turn. Now I had everything I needed, but his skill drain was a card I couldn't out, so I actually conceded on my second turn, even though I had every card because I knew I didn't have an out to the skill drain. So and that was a big mistake of mine that I didn't main deck MST type cards.
Well, you Magispector Tornado is only monsters, huh?
Yes, it's only monsters.
Yeah.
So it was a bad call, and I realized my mistake. So going into Nationals, if I was to play a similar deck, I know what to do now. But that's one of the things. Sometimes you have to know when to scoop. I mean, our good friend Johnny Nagel lost.
I was actually just about to bring that up when you said that.
Lost a giant card because he didn't scoop in time. He should have scooped earlier, and he didn't. And he acknowledged it. He was pissed off initially, but as anyone would when you lose in time like that. But it's one of those things where once you sit down and analyze the situation, you can win a lot more games in Yu-Gi-Oh! When you acknowledge when you're losing.
Oh man, we always like to take this time to thank Team Jobber and Trollin' Toad for making this stream possible and seeing amazing games like Light and Darkness, Draco Saxetta, Emptiness, or Deck Dev, or whatever he had.
Whatever it was probably broken.
It could have been Deck Dev too. You can use Light and Darkness for that because it's a dark.
I don't know why anyone would be main decking Deck Devastation Virus in this format. I don't remember.
Well, you want to do Eradicator, yeah.
Yeah, Eradicator. But even then, Eradicator would only be good against Spellbooks. You can't use it in the mirror.
I remember, isn't Deck Dev really good versus the baby dragons though?
It doesn't hit Redox's baby, and I guess technically it is good, but you kind of have to put them on, you know, losing the game because they lost 2 or 3 baby dragons. You know what I mean? Like not being able to have a dragon ruler. Because even if you lose 3 baby dragons, as long as you have 2 dragon rulers, you can banish one of them for the other one to add a baby dragon.
I'm gonna grab a drink really quick while these guys take their time sighting.
Yeah, sounds good. Now, oh, here we go. They're back already, John. Can we see Light and Darkness Dragon for the win again? Yo, you need to draw a card. Oh, he drew. There we go. Since John's not here, we'll take this time. Oh, it's Spellbooks! Oh! I don't think John knew this was going to happen.
So we got books.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
And
I'll be right back.
There's Judgment. Most broken card in the game, right?
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So we have Judgment Books. I thought it was a mirror match, so that kind of threw me off.
Isn't Judgment like the most busted card in the game?
We actually had a debate about this the other day. We had a long talk, and the consensus was Spellbook of Judgment is the best Yu-Gi-Oh card ever if you take into account the searchability. If you take into account just a card that, say, I could choose to open one card in my hand out of all cards, then for the most part, people would say Painful Choice because of the options it lays out for so many decks.
We got Upstart.
Yeah. But yeah, Spellbook of Judgment is probably the greatest card ever printed.
So what are why is there a counter for the Upstart on Prophecy?
He's counting all the spells he plays because Spellbook of Judgment doesn't limit to just spell books. It's for every spell. So this might be a blowout just because of the fact that Carl didn't know that this was going to be spell books.
Yeah, he might have sided.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I know you love Spellbooks. Oh.
He knew.
And we got a Max C right here.
He obviously didn't know because there's a Max C in his deck. And Max C is the most unplayable card. It's basically playing Upstart Goblin against this deck. Now, I think we're going to see Jowgen here, but it might be Kaiku because it all depends on what you have in the back row. Adding double Starhall was insane back then. Starhall with Kaiku was like, you could get him up to 3,100.
And here's a Jowgen special.
This Jowgen, yeah. This kind of feels like Pendulum. Like, you can start with...
Why do you draw 2 there? Oh, the special for Jowgen, right.
And we have a fake Patrick Hoban watching the match. What's up, Patrick?
Nice.
Always love the fake Patricks.
Yeah, there's a fake Billy Break that's the same way, the double exclamation point.
Maybe it's the same guy.
Could be.
Oh, there we go.
I'm trying to get...
Wow. Do you think he opened up Tempest into Blaster, into Pop, into going off?
Ooh.
Even then, I don't see a scenario where he wins because the problem you have with that is that there's a Spellbook of Fate. So he needs to be able to play through the Spellbook of Fate after discarding 4 cards.
I'm just trying to see a title. I don't think it has red eyes. That's my useful commentary right here. Oh, Blaster's baby doesn't have red eyes. It's got blue eyes.
Blue eyes, white dragon. Picked up some Dark Magician stuff this weekend. Really excited to build that deck. Now, do you know when the release of those cards are? Is it in the movie packs or is it in the next set? I actually don't know.
For the blue eyes?
Dark Magician.
I don't know. I think it's the next pack, actually, because the robe's in the special edition. We can actually play with the robe right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's why it was the giant card. Ed and
right.
Ebon were the special edition supers.
Yeah, Ebon, that was a nice reprint for us people who don't want to spend, what was it, $20 to $25 on the Ultra Rare. Coming in clutch, Konami. Sometimes they come in clutch, and sometimes they reprint Blade Armor Ninja.
Well, man, so here's...
So we know he has Burner and Reactant. I'm only assuming he has Blaster already because he could have searched Blaster and then searched Burner. Oh yeah, Reactant can run over. I always forgot that. Reactant can run over Jowgen.
So what are these back rows here? Just quick play spells?
One's Fate for sure. He searched it. It's always Fate. When you resolve Judgment for 4, you always searched Fate at some point. One could be Wisdom. It could be another, it could be a real trap. Because back then you could play Solemn Judgment and Solemn Warning, and when I played at Nationals, actually, in my Spellbook deck, I main decked 3 Cursed Seal of Forbidden Spell to prevent them from using Raigeki and Heavy Storm to out my Jowgen.
So he's going to banish the threat.
Yeah.
And there's Blaster. Gonna pop.
I still don't see a way to win this game. He's used 3 Dragon Ruler effects already. Another card it could be was Book of Moon. Book of Moon was a popular card to play because it was also a spell. So you could, one of the things was you always wanted to try and set Spellbook of Judgment.
Ooh.
So this could be Spellbook of Judgment set.
There's some resources back at least.
Yeah. I actually don't. Yeah, I guess he needs to draw more cards. Oh, wow. Sacked it out. Sacked it out. See, now, here's where it's going to be tricky because if there's a Kaiku in the hand at all, he's going to start to lose some cards pretty quick.
Ooh.
Let's find out what this is.
Well, he's using it already because he just discarded something instead. It was a Bluff Crescent?
Oh, I guess, yeah.
I meant Smiley Face.
Now, if he draws a Kaiku, this game is going to be tough. Because we know he's resolving Judgment again, so it's going to be Kaiku Jowgen.
Oh man.
This is right here when I used to flip up that trap card that would return the whole hand.
This is crazy. This is literally Dungeons and Dragons. It's magicians versus dragons. Like,
yeah. And it looks like magicians have this one.
Again, from a guy who like never actually got to watch this format, this is insane. I see why there's so many arguments for Dragon Rulers and this being like the best like format of all time. Like, wow, 3-star hulls.
Yeah, this is. I do not envy Carl in this situation.
So what's the attack for each spell counter? So like.
So it's however many counters, just add them all up, and that's the attack of the thing.
Oh man.
Every time he plays a spell now, his thing's gonna gain an extra 300.
Man. These are gonna actually be just beefy.
Oh yeah.
This little blue boy's like hitting the gym right now, just like lifting his books up and down, doing curls with
You
them.
have no idea back in the day how big Starhole in the mirror match was insane.
Search another one.
Yeah, this is gonna get ugly. And he's gonna end with a Jowgen on the field if he plays more than one, or a Kaiku, and he's gonna end probably with a Wisdom and a Fate set to prevent the spell destruction of any Floodgate monster.
Oh man, so like...
Oh, there's Jowgen.
It's just crazy also to think that Konami like actually creates so many different strategies that just work in different ways within the game's rules that are so fun. Like, this is actually fun. Like, Necroz is actually fun. Like, people at the time, like, oh, I dislike it. Like, but then they look back with such fond memories for some reason.
People like to complain when they don't succeed.
Yes, exactly.
And it's one of the things where the amount of times I'll hear people tell me what a stupid format it is, and very rarely are those the same people who are doing well in the format. And I'm not saying they're bad players. I'm saying it just tends to be you want to complain about things you can't succeed at. So now he's gonna. This is where he was probably gonna get Fate if he doesn't already have it. This was the annoying thing about Spellbooks is the Spellbook player would always come out with like 10 dice. So that was kind of a tell at Nationals. If you saw a person pull out a box of dice, you would know they're probably playing Spellbooks.
But you could also bluff it and be playing Dragon
it,
Rulers.
But more often than not, people weren't bluffing it in the case of like Spellbooks. They needed the dice. So if any Dragon Rule player, and now this is surprising, he brought D'Augusto Phoenix out.
Yeah, his beefy Spellbooks are...
His monsters were already at 5+.
Well, this life's gonna bring one back, right?
No, it should bring back the Jowgen.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, he needed to remove from play one. That's right, he did the right thing. Because Spellbook Life requires to remove from play a Spellcaster. So we got a Jowgen here that's going to be at 9, 12, 1,400.
Alright.
Oh my goodness, he had a... Oh.
Make that at 1,700.
But see, here's the problem now. Carl, basically, all he needs to do in Game 3 is he just needs to use his deck to draw as many cards as possible to get to Eradicator Epidemic Virus, and then the game is over.
Well, at 1,700, this is still run overable by another, the Earth Baby.
It won't be, because all he'll need to do is set Fate, and once he activates the Fate, all go up by 300.
Man.
It's pretty real right now.
There's 15, 15.
And just remember, he still has to resolve his judgment for a Kaiku. Five, 6, and 4. You're looking at a gain of 15. He's at 17. Yeah, this one's over.
Wizards in a circle. This is so Dungeons and Dragons, but it's so awesome.
And here comes a Kaiku that's going to be at 18 plus. It's 3,300.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's not. Oh, he doesn't have Kaiku?
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh, that might be really relevant.
A blaster can just get in here, right?
Yeah, a blaster could just go in like hard.
And he's got 7 cards to get. Oh, there it is.
There is the blaster. How do you do it? You know, now Spellbook of Fate is dead.
Oh man.
This might be Dragon Rulers attacking for game this turn.
I'm not talking about special summoning Travis Smith. He's destroying. Now he can special.
And now he's only used 1 color, which means he has 3 colors left to start going in.
Oh my.
Holy shit, that was so sick. Wow.
So we've got the Stegosaurus looking, going in. Redox.
The debate in Cube is who's better, Redox or Tidal, in the all types cube. But for me, I love any card that can search Rescue Cat. That's exactly what Redox can do. Let's see here. So he probably won't be able to kill him unless he has a baby dragon in his hand. Oh, you get Big Eye here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems pretty real. Now he can bring out another. If he has a baby ruler here with a tuner, he can do a lot of shit. Because another thing he'll probably end up doing is if he has a dragon ruler in his hand, he will tribute for the dragon ruler if he has another blaster. 26 plus 26 is 52. Whoa!
Reborn the monster.
Oh my god, this is so broken. Oh my god. He came back because he drew the Kaiku. It has to be because he drew the Kaiku.